All right, let's now shift our attention to what is happening in the United States of America, where Donald Trump's cabinet is all set to, of course, it's ready for a change of guard in January. But before they even officially assume their position, there are critics who are already expressing their concerns to the Senate. And the latest from the Trump's chosen ones to come into the scandal this time round is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. On Monday, 77 Nobel Prize winners sent an open letter to the Senate, citing their concerns over Donald Trump nominating Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as the Secretary for Health and Human Services. The letter said, and I quote, "In view of his record, placing Mr. Kennedy in charge of DHHS would put the public's health in jeopardy." After winning the 5th of November U.S. presidential elections by a very decisive mandate, Trump announced RFK Jr. as his pick for the health secretary in his cabinet. Now, the latter was running for president before suspending his campaign and throwing his support behind Trump. The former lawyer-turned-politician from the Kennedy family has made headlines for anti-vaccine views that he's very vehemently proposed during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, Kennedy Jr., once a Democrat, moved away from his family legacy. He launched his own party in January earlier this year before kicking off a short-lived presidential bid. Now, RFK Jr.'s own family members from the Kennedy clan do not completely agree with his views on vaccines and have criticized him and about the views that he's expressed, and a lot of people have also criticized him about his claims about the medical industry.
Yes, I think Bobby Kennedy's views on vaccines are dangerous, but I don't think that most Americans share them. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But certainly, he's, I grew up with him, so I've known all this for a long time, and others are just getting to know him. But that's my Uncle Teddy spent 50 years fighting for affordable health care in the Senate, and it's something that our whole family is so proud of.
Now, more recently, the U.S. President-elect said in an interview that Kennedy Jr., in his capacity as health secretary during Trump's upcoming term, but in fact investigate a supposed link that he claims between vaccines and autism. This despite various medical experts actually debunking these kind of claims. And to give us more perspective in terms of the controversy surrounding over Donald Trump's pick for the health secretary, we're joined by our correspondent Susan Tehrani, who's joining us on this broadcast. Susan, this is not for the first time that we're talking about a controversy over a Trump pick for his cabinet. But Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has always been expressing these ideas. And now there are Nobel Prize winners who've written an open letter, 77 of them, who've said that probably because of the views that he has expressed about vaccines, especially concerning the COVID-19 vaccines, is he even fit for the job? But Trump quite clearly thinks he is. So how's this playing around in the minds of the general American public?
After the COVID pandemic and the rules that were imposed on the American public regarding vaccinations, and the public seeing that people lost their jobs because they chose not to take the vaccine, and then afterwards, there was some other material that came out on how effective vaccines are in different situations. Would it be a danger to them and whatnot? After COVID, the issue of vaccines became to a certain extent a political issue, and also people's livelihoods depended on it. Right now, there is reports in courts that people are getting back payments because they were fired from jobs for not getting vaccinated.
Susan, I think there's a bit of an issue with the line that we've got there. We'll try reconnect with you. We'll try fix the line that we've got with you. We'll reconnect with you. This of course, is a crucial issue that we are talking about. How, Donald Trump's another of his picks, and this time around it is Robert F. Kennedy. He, of course, is in the middle of a controversy, and that is because of the anti-vaxxer views that he has put forth very, very vehemently. This is something that he said over and over again. He said about this when he was the presidential candidate. He said about this in the immediate aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic as well. He said that he does not believe that giving vaccines to everyone and making them mandatory is the way forward. And now he's, of course, Donald Trump's choice to be the health secretary under Donald Trump's cabinet. It will be very interesting to see as to how this, of course, plays out. My colleague Susan Tehrani, of course, is standing by with more details on this. But remember, it's not just about what he said about vaccines in the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. He's also spoken about things such as there is a reason as to why there are so many cases of autism, which are being witnessed around the world. And he says that this is because of the vaccines that are being given to the children. But a lot of medical experts have come and said that this is complete rubbish. This is one of those conspiracy theories that is trying to link vaccines with autism cases that have, of course, come forth, because there is no medical evidence whatsoever that links autism with the vaccines that are administered to children. And the medical experts, of course, point very clearly just to the number of people who've managed to survive, the life expectancy, which has gone up dramatically because of the vaccination campaigns that have been run since the beginning of the 20th century. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.